Namaste. Welcome to the lecture series on the subject Applied Thermodynamics, Module 4, Part 2, Psychrometrics and Air Conditioning System. This is lecture number 12. Myself, Dr. N. Satish Kumar, Associate Professor of Mechanical Engineering, Canara Engineering College, Bantwal. So in this lecture, I will be solving numericals on psychrometrics and air conditioning systems. Now let us take this first problem. Moist air at 30 degrees Celsius and 1.01325 bar has a relative humidity of 80%. Determine, without using the psychrometric chart, partial pressures of water vapor and air, specific humidity and dew point temperature. So let us analyze this problem first. So here you are given air temperature and its pressure. So pressure of the air is 1.01325, that's atmospheric pressure, and temperature is 30 degrees Celsius, and its relative humidity RH, that is denoted by phi, is 0.8 or 80%. Now one condition is given, so you have to solve this problem without using psychrometric chart, because if you use a psychrometric chart, so this becomes dBT and this becomes RH. So easily you can locate the point on the psychrometric chart and you can find out the various parameters. But here, without using psychrometric chart, you have to calculate the partial pressure of water vapor, air, specific humidity and dew point temperature. Now all of you open your steam table. So table is in front of me. So at 30 degrees Celsius, that is a dry bulb temperature given. So find out the saturation pressure. So saturation pressure, if I observe here, it is 0.042415 bar. If you multiply it by 100, so it is 4.2415 kilopascal. So all of you note, if the pressure is given in bar in the table, you have to multiply it by 100. Now make use of RH value. So RH is denoted by phi, so which is nothing but the ratio of partial pressure of vapor to the saturation pressure corresponding to the dry bulb temperature. So you can find out PV from this as 0.8 into 4.2415 as 3.3932 kilopascal. So this is a partial pressure of vapor. So you have to find out partial pressure of vapor as well as air. Now omega, that is specific humidity. Okay, now partial pressure of air, so that is nothing but total pressure minus PV. So PV directly you can find out. Okay, that is 1.01325 minus 3.3932. Okay, this is in bar. In fact, you have to convert that into kilopascal. Okay, now omega, specific humidity, omega is 0.622 PV divided by P minus PV. So 0.622 PV, just now you calculated 3.3932, and P minus PV you substitute here. So you will get it is 0.215 kg per kg of dry air. Now also you have to find out the dew point temperature. So dew point temperature, for that you have to go through the table corresponding to the PV value of 3.3932 kilopascal, or it is 0.039539 bar. So let me go through the table. So there is no 0.039 bar value, but you have 0.040. So you can take same thing, 0.040 instead of 0.039, because 0.040 bar is there in the thermodynamic data handbook, which I am using is written by BT Nijaguna and BS Samaga. So corresponding to that pressure, so I have 28.98 degree Celsius. So you can write that answer as 28.98. Now one more problem. Now let us solve this problem. Atmospheric air at 101.325 kilopascal has 30 degrees C dBT and 15 degrees C dPT. Without using psychrometric chart, using the property values from the table, calculate partial pressure of air, water vapor, specific humidity, relative humidity, vapor density and enthalpy of moist air. So previous problem, you are given pressure, dry bulb temperature and relative humidity. Here pressure, dry bulb temperature and wet bulb temperature is given. Once again, you are not supposed to use the psychrometric chart. So let us see how to solve this problem. So here first let us note down the given data. So P is given in kilopascal, you can note it in bar also. dBT is given and dPT is given, dew point temperature is given. Okay, Now from table corresponding to dBT of 30 degrees Celsius, so once again similar to previous problem, so corresponding to 30 degrees Celsius you have to go through the A2 table. 0.042415 bar is the saturation pressure Pg, and corresponding to dPt of 15 degrees Celsius, if I check it, it is 0.017039 bar. So that is the partial pressure of vapor. Okay, so the pressure corresponding to dPt is always PV. Now partial pressure of air, Pa, is nothing but P minus PV. So in the previous problem, this formula I didn't use and solve that, but you have to use it and solve this. Okay, Pa you can find out using this formula, P minus PV. Okay, so P is in this problem is 1.01325 and PV is 0.017039. So you'll get as 0.996211 bar. Now specific humidity, you have the formula 0.622 PV by PA. So if you make proper substitution, 0.622 here, PV is 0.017039, that is from here. Okay, so you can see it is here, and PA just now you calculated, so you will get the specific humidity as 0.01063 kg per kg of dry air. So once again I request all my students not to simply listen to this video, instead take a pen, book and also the data handbook and solve this step by step. You can pause the video and you can do the calculations step by step. Now relative humidity, as you know, it is PV by PG. So if you substitute, it will get it as 0.4015 or 40.17%. So enthalpy, you have the formula 1.005 into dry bulb temperature plus omega into 2500 plus 1.88 into dry bulb temperature. So if you substitute for dry bulb temperature is 30 degrees Celsius, omega is 0.01063 and again dry bulb temperature is 30. So if you substitute the enthalpy, you will get it as 57.32 kilojoules per kg of dry air. And a specific volume of dry air, so VA is equal to RT by PA, because PV is equal to RT formula. So 0.287 is the specific R value for air, and temperature is 30 degrees Celsius, that is plus 273 is 303 Kelvin, and PA is 0.996211 bar. So multiply by 100 to convert that into kilo Pascal. So you'll get it as 0.873 meter cube per kg. And vapor density is nothing but omega by VA, so you'll get it as 0.012 kg per meter cube. Now let us solve one more problem. Air at 30 degrees Celsius dBT, 25 degrees Celsius WBT is heated to 40 degrees Celsius. If the airflow is 300 meter cube per minute, find the amount of heat added per minute, RH and WBT of air. Take air pressure to be 1 bar. So here what happens is the initial condition of air is given, so which is 30 degrees Celsius WBT and dBT and 25 degrees Celsius WBT. So it is heated to 40 degrees Celsius. So 40 degrees Celsius once again the dry bulb temperature. So all of you want to understand this. Now the airflow rate is given, which is 300 meter cube per minute. So you have to find out what amount of heat is added and what is the final RH and WBT of air, and you are asked to take the atmospheric pressure to be 1 bar. Now whenever dBT and WBT is given, so there is an equation to find out the partial pressure of vapor, which is known as the carrier equation. So you can make use of this equation, that is PVS, that is partial pressure of vapor at wet bulb temperature, minus P minus partial pressure of vapor at wet bulb temperature into dry bulb and wet bulb temperature difference divided by 1547 minus 1.44 into T wet bulb. Now here this PVS at wet bulb temperature, so that is at 25 degrees Celsius WBT, so you can find it out as 0.03166 bar. So directly you can substitute in bar, and other pressures also you can substitute in bar. And temperature here very important, because this formula is devised in such a way that all the temperature should be substituted in degree Celsius and not in Kelvin. That is very important, and if you substitute, you will find out the partial pressure of vapor as 0.02824 bar. So this is the now to find out the omega 1, that is the specific humidity of the air at entry before heating. So 0.622 PV divided by P minus PV, and if you make proper substitution you will get it as 0.0180 kg per kg of dry air. So enthalpy of the initial state of air, so 1.005 into 30 plus 0.0180, that is omega, into 2500 plus 1.88 into 30, and you will get as 76.16 kilojoules per kg of air. So this is the formula for the enthalpy, H. All of you know this familiar formula. Now at 40 degrees Celsius dBT, because it is heated to 40 degrees Celsius. So it is the final temperature. So at 40 degrees Celsius, if I observe the steam table here, so partial saturation pressure Pg is 0.07375 bar. Also, all of us know that during sensible heating, suppose if I show the process on the psychrometric chart, this heating process. Now this is your skeleton of the psychrometric chart. So it will be, this is the process. This is state 1, this is state 2. So it is sensible heating. During sensible heating, omega and PV remain constant. So you can see horizontal, if this is omega here, so omega 1 is equal to omega 2, and also if omega remains same, PV also remains constant. So PV is same as at 0.1, which is 0.02824 bar. So RH is equal to PV by PG. So PG just now you found out. So using this RH equation, phi is equal to PV by PG. So you can find out RH as 0.3829 or 38.3% approximately. Okay. And H2 value also you can find out using the enthalpy formula. So here the dBT is 30 and omega remains same as 0.0180. So only changes is the 40 here, that is the dry bulb temperature. So you can find out the final enthalpy as 86.55 kilojoules per kg of dry air. Now mass flow rate of air, MA, is nothing but pressure of air, that is PA into VA by RT. But as all of you know, PA is nothing but P minus PV, because partial pressure of air is total pressure minus partial pressure of vapor, because from the Dalton's law, P is equal to PA plus PV or PA is equal to P minus PV. So P minus PV is nothing but PA, so PA into VA by RT. So P minus PV is 1 minus 0.02824, convert into kilopascal is multiplied by 10 to the power 2 or 100. Volume flow rate is given as 300 meter cube per minute, and R is 0.287, and temperature is initial temperature you have to use 30, that is 303 Kelvin. So you will get it as 335.18 kg per minute. And heat added per minute is equal to mass flow rate of air into enthalpy difference. So mass flow rate of air is 335.18 kg per minute, initial enthalpy minus final enthalpy. So heat added per minute is 3449 kilojoules per minute. From the chart, now you have to make use of the chart. So you can locate that point 2, and you can find out the wet bulb temperature as 27.2 degrees Celsius. So how to make use of chart? So I have a separate uploaded separate video, that's lecture number 10. So you can go through that video to know how to read the values from the psychrometric chart. Now let us solve one more problem. So here, which is mixing of two streams of air. One stream of air at 5.5 meter cube per minute, and which is at 15 degrees Celsius and 60% RH, flows into another stream of air at 35 meter cube per minute at 25 degrees Celsius and 70% RH. Now for the mixture, you have to find out dry bulb temperature, wet bulb temperature, specific humidity, and enthalpy. So one stream of air, mass flow rate is 5.5 meter cube per minute, dry bulb temperature is 15, RH is 60%. Another stream is 35 meter cube per minute is the flow rate, dBT is 25 degrees Celsius, RH is 70%. It is mixed, so you have to find out the dry bulb, wet bulb temperatures, specific humidity and enthalpy for the mixture. Now let us take the stream 1, which is at 15 degrees Celsius and 60% RH and volume flow rate of 5.5 meter cube per minute. So if you observe the thermodynamic data and book at 15 degrees Celsius, so the saturation pressure is 0.17039 bar. 0.01739 bar. So now use the RH expression, because RH is given as 60%, which is nothing but PV by PG. So you can find out PV as 0.01022 bar. So this is how you have to proceed without using chart. Now mass of air is nothing but PA into VA by RT. So 1.01325 by minus PV into 10 to the power 2 is the conversion into kilopascal into volume flow rate of air. V suffix A also you can write here, okay. VA also you can write, no issues. And R and T, so 15 degrees Celsius is 288 Kelvin. So if you substitute, mass flow rate of air stream 1 will be 6.674 kg per minute. Omega 1, that is specific humidity of the stream 1, is 0.622 PV divided by P minus PV. So that you will get after substitution as 0.006337 kg per kg of dry air. So once again I request all my students to substitute, use the formula, make proper substitutions, take calculator and calculate. So there may be minor variation in the decimals in the answers. If the major variation is there, you can email to my email address, okay. Similarly, the enthalpy, so you have the formula for the enthalpy. So 1.005 into dry bulb temperatures, omega 1 into 2500 plus 1.8 into 88 into dry bulb temperature. So dry bulb temperature is 15 degrees Celsius. It is 15, right? Yes, it is 15 degrees Celsius. So substitute here 15 and you will get the enthalpy value here, okay. Now let us take the second stream. So air at 25 degrees Celsius, 70% RH, so volume flow rate is 35 meter cube per minute. So if you observe from the table, it is 0.303166, correct. So 0.03166 bar is the saturation pressure corresponding to 25 degrees Celsius. Now similarly, whatever calculations you did for stream 1, so you have to repeat that for stream 2 as well as. So using relative humidity formula, find out partial pressure of vapor. So it will be 0.02216 bar, and mass of air, the same formula, PA into VA by RT. So making proper substitution, M2 you will get as 40.55 kg per minute, and omega 2 0.622 PV divided by P minus PV formula. So you will get it as 0.0139 kg per kg of dry air. So I will be going a bit faster because it is similar calculations you have to repeat for the stream 2 also. And H2 once again 1.005 into 25, because now the dry bulb temperature is 25 degrees Celsius for the stream 2, plus omega value into 2500 plus 1.88 into dry bulb temperature. So if you make this proper substitution and calculation, you will find out enthalpy of the stream 2 as 60.53 kilojoules per kg of dry air. Now mass of dry air per unit mass of moist air. So you have a formula, Ma1 is equal to M1 divided by 1 plus omega 1, right? Because one is the mass of dry air and this is the mass of moisture, that is 0.00637 kg per kg of dry air. So every 1 kg of dry air has the omega moisture content of this. So that is why total mass of air is 1 plus this omega value. So you are calculating mass of dry air per unit mass of moist air. So moist air is 1 plus this. So you will get it as 6.6319. And similarly mass of dry air per unit mass of moisture for stream 2 is 39.994, okay, kg per minute. Now enthalpy of the mixed air H mixture is equal to Ma1 into H1 plus Ma2 into H2 divided by M1 plus M2, and after proper substitution and calculation, so you will find this value as 55.05 kilojoules per kg of dry air. Specific humidity of the mixed air, so omega mix. So similar formula, only thing is H1 is replaced by omega 1 and H2 is replaced by omega 2 in this expression, and after proper substitution and calculation you will find out the specific humidity of the mixed air after mixing of stream 1 and 2 rather is 0.01266 kg per kg of dry air. Now H mix is 1.005 T dry bulb plus omega mix into 2500 plus 1.88 T dry bulb. So here dry bulb temperature of the mixture is unknown, whereas H mixture is known. Just now you calculated, omega mix is also calculated, so only unknown is dry bulb temperature. So you have to make proper simplification here, because there are two terms involved with the dry bulb temperature, and after simplification you can find its value as 23.62 degree Celsius. Now dBT of the mixture, okay, that's the answer, 23.62 degrees Celsius. Now what you have to do is, so from the chart, so you have to find out the wet bulb temperature and the RH. Since you know the value of enthalpy as well as omega, so you can locate the point in the psychrometric chart and you can read the value of wet bulb temperature. So I'll show you. So suppose if this is the skeleton of the psychrometric chart here, right? Suppose if this is the point here, what you are located for the mixture using H mix 59.56. So 59.56 is read from here. So your enthalpy line is there. So here this should be 55.96. So 56 you can take, and omega is 0.01266. So this value omega here should be 0.012 or 13 you can take, and you can locate this point, intersection of these two values. Now check out which RH line passes through this point. If not exactly, you can just move or find out approximately between two lines, and also to find out WBT, just go along this line to touch the saturation curve, then come down here, so you can read the temperature here. Okay, so this is how, so you have to make use of the psychrometric chart to read the values. So with this I conclude this lecture number 12, and I continue with a few more problems with the lecture number 13. Thank you. Bye till then.